It's just the NFT thing that kind of throws me off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you pay like thousands of dollars for a picture of like a monkey,
if you're an NFT guy, I associate you with like Faze Banks, which is never a good person to be associated with in general.
no.
It's just phase up and all that, but you know.
I think they might actually be out of business, so you don't have to phase up anymore.
No, so Faze Banks, he got Faze back somehow. I don't know how, but he got it back.
I thought the whole really? I thought the whole thing was that they fired like literally all of their staff other than like 13.
No, that's
players.
what I was gonna say. They did.
Okay.
Like he got the company back from the corporate clutches, and then he gutted the whole company and then started signing new talent again.
Oh. Well, okay, cool.
So I don't know what they're up to. I'm not saying they're gonna like do anything important or noteworthy at all, but
Damn.
you know.
So I'm never gonna be able to buy like Faze brand Reese's Puffs ever again.
Maybe not. Was that a thing?
I don't know. There was like I remember I was at the grocery store like 2 months ago, and there was some sort of like Faze sponsorship on a cereal, and I was like, "That's
Really?
hilarious as fuck."
That's so interesting.
I don't think it was Reese's Puffs. They have a thing with Dragon Ball right now, so I have a box of
Supreme
Goku
had Reese's Puffs, right?
Maybe.
I think so. Supreme had a collaboration with a cereal at some point. I don't really remember.
I want to have like a stupid, filthy rich company so I could just do dumb shit like that, and people will be like, "Wow, what a great business move."
Yeah.
I didn't realize how stupid it was being like a corporation.
What does that mean?
Like, you know, when you're a kid and you're like growing up and you're like, man, everyone's so adult and grown up. And then you grow up and you become an adult and you're like, wait a minute, everyone's just making this shit up.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I don't know. They're not more like mature or civilized than I am. They just have way more money. So they're like, it'd be funny if I had a Reese's like collaboration. And they're like, yeah, that would be funny. So they do it.
The head guy at Supreme, he's like, what if we made a mini fridge?
Yeah.
It's like, that's a brilliant idea.
That sounds like an idea that I would have if I was like super high.
Or if you were like 8.
Or if I was 8. That's like the same thing.
When you're 8, there are like 3 thoughts going on in your mind. 1 is like, I hate my parents. 2 is I hate school. And 3 is, what if my shitty like website auto-generated Minecraft YouTube logo could be on a mini fridge?
Yeah, I don't know if I thought that when I was 8. I don't know if I was at that level yet. But maybe when I was like 12, I would have thought
No,
that.
but when you were 8, every kid loves mini fridges. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. I remember when we moved into our dorms freshman year, and I was like, holy shit, they've got a mini fridge? This place is going to be awesome.
Okay, well, that's a little different. You were 18.
Lo and behold, it was not awesome. But, you know, I just made the concept of mini fridges. Anyone who had a mini fridge when you were a kid, like if they had one of those in their room, you knew they were cool. Their parents loved them and shit.
Well, now I know that they're a Nepo baby.
Well, yeah.
The mini fridge also often comes with, aggregate stock options and good life insurance policies.
Yeah, true.
Which sucks.
Which is something that not everyone gets access to.
You don't realize that when they, it's kind of in the
when
warranty.
You're 8.
Well, yeah, when you're 8, but
I was just like, damn, this kid's so cool. Now
people
I'm
don't
like,
read
damn.
the warranty, dude. Have you ever cashed in anything with a warranty?
Hell no.
Yeah,
I don't read that shit. That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes you like buy an expensive thing and you get like a free warranty. The warranty is usually crazy. It's always like, if this thing breaks, we'll just give you one.
Oh, really? I feel like like my laptop that I got literally like a year and a half ago has a year-long warranty. Like, what the fuck is that? I spent $2,000 on a piece of technology, and they're like, yeah, you can get it again for free for a year.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you can't just like give me another one just like for a little bit longer. It's like a car. Like, I feel like I see, and maybe I'm just crazy because my family does a lot of like road tripping and stuff. People are always like, oh yeah, you get a free like, 100,000 mile warranty or like 10-year warranty on your car. Like when you get a new car. I feel like that's fucking wild. Like 10-year warranty. It's like 10 years or 100,000 miles, whichever one comes first.
Yeah.
Who drives less than 10,000 miles on their car every year?
My mom.
That's an excellent point.
She works from home, so
my family does not. My mom, well, yeah, I guess she does not work from home, and we road trip in her car and whatever because we're all like young and don't have good cars.
Yeah,
that was just like crazy to me when I saw that. Like when I, turned 16 and I like started paying attention to car shit. I was like, what? I feel like 100,000 miles is not a lot in 10 years. The car that I learned how to drive in had 360,000 miles on it.
I honestly don't know what a mile is.
Okay.
Like I don't have, like I did cross country for a long time and I drive now. I still have no perception of how much a mile is. I know it's like 5,280 feet or whatever.
Yeah, but it's like not that far.
But it's like a big measurement. It's a big enough measurement for my mind to not be able to fully realize it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
Like some people are like, "Oh, I walked 3 miles to work," and I'm like, "How are you alive?"
That is far.
You know what I'm saying?
Walking 3 miles is like an hour.
Yeah, especially if it's in a city. You know?
Yeah,
that shit's crazy.
Not to be like, oh my God, when I was in Japan, but there was one day when we were in Japan that we walked like fucking 16 miles. And I looked at that at the end of the day and I was like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's like, that would take me like a year.
That's like 8 days worth of walking.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, it's okay.
I get what you mean.
I can flip it on you because today we're doing Jackson went to New York City.
Let's go.
So
almost as cool as Japan.
No, it's not even remotely anywhere near as cool at all.
What do you mean? You don't love the smell of urine and weed in the air and the sweet wildlife?
You know,
like the pigeons and the rats?
My hotel was 2 stores down from a place called Weed World.
No way. And you went, right?
No, I don't want to go anywhere near Weed World. Are you kidding me?
Weed World in New York is just like another domain of existence.
Well, no, that's just like every restaurant.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's just weed everywhere in New York now these days.
Yeah.
Also, hey everyone, welcome back to the show. I went to New York. What was that? You did like a an Elden Ring wretch kind of wave. Like you're wearing a tattered robe.
Okay, next time I'll put on the tattered robe.
Are bones.
They're bones, and I have like really long, pointy, like witch fake Halloween fingernails.
Yeah, you have no maidens.
No, zero. No, are you kidding me? I've been dead for 800 years. I haven't felt the touch of my own skin now that it's all bones, let alone another.
Bro doesn't even have enough high enough strength stat to hold the moon blade.
Fuck you! I can't believe you would say that about me.
No, I was in New York City for work, and it sucked ass.
I'm sure. One of the worst places on earth.
Say about it, man. It's just awful. I hated every minute of it.
The magic of New York City has been gone for like 40 years. So I don't know why people keep being like, oh my God, it's the greatest city on earth. The Big Apple, the land of opportunity. What the fuck do you mean? You have to pay like $5,000 a month for like a 1-bedroom studio apartment.
Forget
and it's like
the
50
studio.
square feet.
It's just a bed.
That's what I'm. Yeah,
that's
it's like
all
a bed
get.
that folds down from the wall, and then when you fold it back up, underneath it is your kitchen, and that's it.
Yeah, and you have to walk 2 blocks to go to the bathroom.
Yep. But it's all worth it for the opportunity.
For the opportunity of working at the 28th largest auditing firm in the nation.
My dream job.
Yeah. They have really good benefits, though, so it's
Do
cool.
they?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Good for them. I can't wait to work a job where I get benefits.
So this is I took the train into the city. And it was my first time riding a train in my life ever, basically, like a real ass train. Yeah. We've said before, I went on like the Polar Express when I was like 6, which I don't consider to be a real train.
The one from the movie is real, but I think you probably went on some sort of knockoff.
No, I went on some like, Disney pop-up kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not sponsored by Disney. It might have
been made
Disney.
of cardboard.
It was made of cardboard for sure, 100%. Oh. But yeah, I don't know. I expected, so I went to the train station and I expected it to be like an airport, where you have to like go through security and like there's like some kind of like formal process for things that go on there in some capacity. And it's just not like that at all. If I talked to my mom after, I was like, if I had a bomb, no one would have stopped me from getting on the train.
No. It only matters in airports, obviously. We don't care about domestic crime.
They didn't even check my ticket until I sat down and the train was already going.
Yeah, isn't that so weird?
It was like, what were they going to do if I didn't have a ticket in that moment? Sorry, sir, we have to throw you through the hatch in the roof.
Well, you want to know the crazy... The craziest part is that usually if they do that and they check and you don't have a ticket, they wait until the train stops and then they make you get off at the next stop.
Yeah, yeah.
So you could potentially just like avoid somehow. If you sat like in the very back or something, you could avoid getting your ticket checked until you're about to get off anyway, and they'll be like, "Oh, you don't have one, you need to get off."
Or you could just see the guy coming and you could just go to the bathroom.
That is also true.
How would they know that I'm gone?
They wouldn't.
They just wouldn't.
The system is very it's interesting.
I don't know, like,
because at the subway you have to at least you have to like check your ticket or like pay before you go.
Well, in the subway, like in New York, you tap your card and you go through the turnstile, or you just hop that shit. But
yeah, you could.
It's also like $2.90, so it's not like just
not
pay
really
the $2.90, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Really I didn't realize. I thought I needed like I forgot that the subway existed when I first got there. So my first couple of days in the city, I just didn't use the subway. One, because I didn't really have any reason to, but also just because you forget that there's like an underground, like it's like another
network
city.
Of tunnels.
Yeah, with like the mole people.
Yeah, they're chill.
Or
The Incredibles makes them out to be like really bad, evil villains, but they're kind of cool.
Yeah, or in like Arcane on Netflix. There's like there's like the high noble society, and then below that there's like all the cretins and all the evil,
and you were with the cretins,
all the goons and stuff. Yeah,
they hang out down there. They're pretty chill, actually.
Thief types,
Right.
But yeah, it is just like crazy, cheap and efficient, which is wild.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. In Japan too, their network of trains is so good. Like I will say, New York's is like literally the exact same thing. It's just a little bit less clean, and there are way more homeless people and street performers.
Yeah, a lot of people with guitars. I saw one guy where he just had a subwoofer and a microphone, and he was just freestyling shit. There was no like beat. It was just him singing.
Oh, and that was it.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I don't know if he expected me to tip or anything, or I guess it's not really a tip if I'm not paying for the service.
Right, you're just paying for the service. There's no
It's
tip.
more charity than anything.
I guess, yeah.
But it's such a different vibe. I was talking to someone about this. I was like, coming from the Midwest, comparing it to New York, it's just not comparable in any way.
No.
Like, everything is different,
It's kind of weird.
It's very strange. Like, I don't know what it is, but like there's I hate the city, and I'm gonna say that 8,000 more times on this episode alone. But also, there's a kind of magic to it.
I do, yeah.
There's like
I haven't been there very recently, but I went there a couple of times when I was a kid, because my mom's from Jersey. So whenever we would go down there, we would go and like visit her friends growing up, because some of them live in the city.
Yeah.
So I haven't been probably in the last like 5 years, but I went probably like 10 times between the ages of like 5 and 15.
Yeah.
So I bet it's probably worse now
100%
than it was when I went when I was a kid. But we should go back.
No,
just you and me for like a weekend or some shit.
No,
never.
I do not want to go back ever. There's way too many fucking people. I actually like it's too many people.
Yeah,
just straight up.
They squeezed them. Remember if they had put them all into a ball?
It's not a habitable zone. Like, I just feel like being in the
Like,
city, I felt like
morally,
I was
yeah.
absorbing radiation.
And you know what? That feeling is very real. You were feeling that, actually.
Yeah.
Because in the Midwest, we don't really have that much radiation, other than in East Palestine, Ohio.
Yeah.
But, we don't live there.
Luckily.
Yeah.
If we did, we wouldn't be... We'd be
We'd
on
kind of
Zoom
look like-
school.
Right. And we'd also, by the time we're 60, we'd look like the Swamp Thing.
Or we
So that'd
would
be
look
fun.
like... what's the big pile of sludge from Earthbound?
Oh, fuck. Can we just say Muck from Pokemon?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but I wanted to use his real name because he has a funny name. Jamie, can we get on that? I don't know what I've been on recently. I've been making a lot of Earthbound references.
Probably because it's fucking awesome.
And maybe it's just because it's that easy.
It's not the attack slug.
No. I'm talking about the boss.
No, I know.
Where
I'm
you
trying
like
to-
go into the like space sewer or whatever.
I know exactly
Master
what you're talking about.
Belch.
That's why. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Master Belch. Look at him, dude.
I kind of expected to see him while I was in the subway.
You might have actually missed it. He does live there.
Yeah. He's known
maybe-
to, kind of, he greases up the rails. That's how they clean them.
That is his job.
That's his
After
job.
he got
gets
killed
paid
by
well.
Ness and banished from Eagle City or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
He had to move and get a new job. So I've heard he's been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
He's doing good work for the people.
I heard he
So-
just got engaged, so,
Really?
congrats to him. Yeah, man.
He found Mistress Belch.
Or it's kind of like an opposites attract thing. He found what's the desert camel guy? It's not masterful. It's like the beautiful brooch or something like that. I don't remember.
I'm on the wiki and I'm probably not going to find it.
No, there's too much shit on the wiki, man.
There's so much information I'm
There's
looking
so
at right
much.
now.
We can't. Oh man, I gotta play that game again.
Yeah, I might have to run that back.
We might have to do that.
We should play that on stream or something. That'd be so fun.
But anyway, what I want to say about New York City, most importantly, is that it sucks. I don't.
That's the most important part, is that it's just like not great.
Yeah. I do. It was cool though. I went to this authentic Spanish restaurant where they do authentic Spanish food. If you couldn't have guessed, or it's not like a restaurant. It's more like a food court. It's called Little Spain. If anyone wants to go, I highly recommend.
That's cute.
It. But it's like you go
Little
into
Spain.
an office building and you go like under it into the basement, and it's kind of like a food court type thing where there's like 8 different restaurants, and you just kind of everyone in your friend group gets what you want to eat, and then you all sit together. And it's a cool little
Dude, this
spot.
looks awesome. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
man.
literally just called Little Spain.
That's yeah.
No, I know, but I didn't. Obviously, I heard what you had to say and processed that, but I just think it's funny that it's actually just called Little Spain.
That's what it's a Little Spain, man. And they have
so
like
cute.
they have like pigs hanging from the ceiling and stuff. It's
That's
cool.
so badass.
And you can
Very
get
New York of
really
them.
cheap beer if you're into that.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I'm just saying. Hashtag ad or whatever. I'm not sponsored, but
Right.
go check it out if you're in New York City. If you go there, you might not want to kill yourself. So,
Right. It's the only saving grace of the whole city.
pretty much.
I think they actually have a little version of like literally every country on Earth in like sort of the mid-level
yeah.
section of New York. Like before you get to the subway where, the henchmen and the Cretans live.
midsection.
There's like a little bit of like a middle area, and that's
Yeah.
where Little Spain is.
Like
they also
it's
have like
in
a,
between the insole and the sole of your shoe.
Right, yeah. Where all the bacteria lives.
Yeah. But we do have we got to stop calling, cultural centers within American cities like little blank.
Yeah.
Like Little Tokyo, or we have Little Italy in Cleveland. We got to
Mhm.
stop calling it that. It's disrespectful,
Just call it what it is. It's Italy.
No. No, we should
It's
have
the
a
same
new
thing.
name for it. Like, you know what's
And
fucked up? Across the United States of America, there are the most like widely used street name is MLK Drive. There's like 300 MLK drives,
I'd believe that.
right? We gotta make them all distinct.
Yes, I agree. But also, like, Martin Luther King is kind of like probably, maybe not. Yeah,
I'm
probably
not
like
saying
the
anything
most
about.
important figure in history.
I'm not saying anything about MLK. I'm just saying, and we don't got to get rid of any of the MLK drives. I'm just saying, when there's a thing that already exists,
Yeah, and then you just
we don't need to. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to add on to the thing that's already there that we already have.
so we should get rid of Little Italy and Cleveland and instead replace it with a giant slingshot that will launch you straight to big normal Italy.
No, I'm just saying we should call it like, we should give it an Italian name.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's all I'm saying.
Instead of calling it Small Italy.
Yeah, that's so lame, dude.
Yeah,
We don't call
I mean, it's
Italy
kind
Big
of-
Italy. Where's Big Italy?
that's true.
One of the
Hey-
little Italies has to be bigger than all of the little Italies.
Hey, that's true. Hey, let me tell you, man, I'm still looking for the original Jersey. I've only been able to find the new one.
Or
Mexico?
if we're
I know
sticking-
where New Mexico is.
If we're sticking with the Earthbound references, we gather up all the little Italies and we rank them in order of size, right? Like the moles in Earthbound. It's like, I'm the greatest mole, or it's like, I'm the third greatest mole.
Italy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But we give them like an authentic Italian name.
No, we keep it so it's like the little Italy in Cleveland is like, I'm the fourth greatest Italy.
Yeah. So is regular Italy just called Greatest Italy?
Well, regular Italy is just Italy.
Okay. That's fine, I guess.
Italy is kind of its own fucked up, weird place.
I think every country is kind of its own little fucked up weird place.
I mean, yeah.
That's like the weird part. I feel like growing up in the States, like I never realized how, like, I feel like the United States is very like, it's so diverse that sometimes if you happen to grow up in like an area where maybe ideals that you grew up with are like sort of foreign to that area specifically, it's like, oh, that's weird. Like
Yeah.
the United States is just like a very like it's very not united despite being called the United States. Like it is a very and I don't even want to say, it's not because it's diverse. I just feel like we're very like a divided as a people. Whereas like I feel like every country that I've ever been to outside of the US is very like about the collective. And we are just not.
Sure, yeah. But other
If that makes
countries
sense.
also don't have the same kind of diversification that we have,
Yeah, I would agree.
right? Like if you go to Russia, if you go to Moscow,
And everyone is Russian.
I'm just saying, if you go to Moscow, everyone there is a Moscowian, a Moscower.
I guess that's also true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's only because like we only choose to draw the hard lines in the US just because
Because there are so many lines.
people feel like they have to do that to like find they have to find their niche, you know?
I guess so. I feel like we have to be able to respect each other's niches though, you know?
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
I guess we're just not there yet.
no.
I guess that is true. Like in Japan, like, you know, it was like, oh, everyone here seems so nice to each other. And then we would like walk by a store and it would be like Japanese only bar. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, Japan, there's no reason to draw lines in Japan because most Japanese people are the same in the context of like, you know, like physical differences.
Yeah. But in America, everyone's different, and that's beautiful.
And that is beautiful.
We just
But
don't know it yet.
sometimes you need to, like in the US, I think there's more of a culture of honoring your culture compared to
Yeah.
other countries where instead of honoring it, it's just a way of life.
Yeah, like that is just what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
guess that
not
makes
it's not
sense.
really a special thing that you add on to your daily life. It is just your
Right,
life.
because that just is the thing that you do.
Yeah, like in
Yeah.
Spain, you go on siesta and you take a 2-hour nap instead of eating lunch.
But we don't do that in America. We don't eat lunch, and also we don't nap. We work.
No, we should nap. We should get out the gray cots from kindergarten and put them in offices worldwide.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
You know what I'm saying? We need to bring back nap time.
Can we get rid of the fucking 1 hour lunch in the middle of the workday?
No, I like that.
This might just be me. Yep. Okay. All right. How about this? Can we get rid of the 1 hour break in the middle of the day that is my unpaid lunch? Like, I would so much rather go to work and then just like work for 4 hours and then also like work the hour of, or like, if you're gonna, like, my company is very like, oh yeah, it's really encouraged that you like take an hour lunch, which is weird because they're like, I would say pretty progressive about like their work, like
culture.
their work schedule and culture, I would guess.
Yeah.
Because like you can come in anytime between like 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. And as long as you work for 8 hours, they don't really care when you leave.
Yeah.
But they're also like, oh, you should take a lunch in the middle. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But also, like, I don't really want to spend an extra hour at this place. Like, I mean, I like my office and everyone's really nice, but like, I kind of want to go home at the end of the day because I'm tired from work.
Yeah.
And so, like, if I have to spend an extra hour, like, eating lunch and like not doing work, I would rather just spend the whole time working and then get off and then go home.
Well, you could
Or like
just,
let me eat at my desk while I work.
You can just do that. No.
I mean, I like, yes, but I feel like it's like it's looked. I feel like it's very integrated and it's like looked down upon if you do that.
Who cares? It's a free country, brother. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
it's,
I just thought it was like something. That
if
was
they're
kinda weird.
giving
I
you
was
that
like,
kind of freedom to take an hour lunch to begin with, that means you could also choose not to use it.
I guess that's true. I'm just gonna keep eating lunch at my desk.
Okay.
I just thought it was interesting. I feel like it's a very different thing between like all cultures, or even like paid like paternity or maternity leave. One of my coworkers just had a kid like 2 weeks ago, and or I guess his wife had he and his wife had a child,
Yeah.
and he is now back in the office. And
The
his
first
child is,
man
like,
gets pregnant. Can you imagine
he,
the headlines, dude?
Yeah, and they work in my office in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, you know, I got off for like 2 weeks. My wife got off for like 8 weeks. And I was like, okay, that's good. But like 2 weeks? He was like, yeah, my friend works at Chase, like the bank, and he gets like full paid 16-week like paternity leave. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But I don't know. It's just something like I never thought of. Or like how I was joking before about like working a job with benefits. It's just like so weird. Like it's just something that I feel very foreign to because I have not really delved that much into the professional world yet.
Yeah, this is just called growing up, I think.
I know, but it's like weird.
A little bit.
I don't like it, okay?
I don't know. It's weird, yeah, I guess. But also, it's just kind of life. You gotta take it as you go, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is I think it's different. I think it's cool how it like differs from place to place. Oh, there's my Pikmin amiibo.
I guess so. I don't know. The world is big.
That's true.
There's a lot of stuff going. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of room for people to do whatever the heck they want, and that's just kind of what we figured out to do over here.
Yeah,
And
which is kind of cool.
That's fine, you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of cultural differences, I saw this tweet a while ago. So we're entering into that segment of the podcast. Have you seen that tweet?
This is a classic.
This is just a debate over whether or not, like, what is the greater piece of art? And I want your opinion on this because we're on a podcast.
Okay.
What is the greater piece of art? Michelangelo's sculpture of David, very famous statue. Everyone's seen it at this point. Has a notoriously small penis for a notoriously large man.
Yeah, he is really giant.
Or Chief Keef's Love Sosa. Which is the better piece of art?
And people were debating this on Twitter. I mean, of course they were. But
Yes. There's also a YouTube video, I think, that's making the rounds, as it were.
I don't. Okay, so I've never listened to Love Sosa.
But you've definitely heard it. It's played at 8th grade parties and dances around the universe, basically.
Okay. Let's look at the Genius page.
I don't know if you're really gonna get any Genius level annotations from that page.
No, really. So it's not about Keef's millionaire status net worth.
I mean, I guess it's about that. I don't know if he was a millionaire when that song was made. He was like 17, but
that's kind of fire. I don't really like about which is more valued as a piece of art.
I don't know. You can take which is a better piece of art in any way you want, but
I don't. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start off by saying I never think that things are just good because they're old. I think that's dumb.
Yeah.
Now, that also being said, crafting a like very accurate and maybe anatomically correct.
Well, we don't know anything about David.
We don't know anything about David. Never met him.
Never met the guy. He could have a huge cock. We don't know.
Right. Maybe they had to dumb it down for the general populace, so they didn't, they had to nerf him a little bit.
Nintendo thought David's cock would be too hard for a general audience.
Right. Well, Michelangelo thought that,
Yeah.
Crazy that now he's still alive and living in the sewers of New York. But yeah, I don't really know that one is like a greater piece of art than the other.
Because, like, on one hand, Michelangelo's David, one of the most brilliant sculptures ever made.
Of all time.
Like, the detail...
It's crazy.
I don't think people realize this. Stone is so hard to make.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, marble is so fucking...
That's crazy, bro.
You have no idea.
You have to use, like, a chisel. I don't even know how that shit works, man.
That's what, that blows my mind when I see shit from, like, hundreds of years ago that they were like, yeah, I made that. Like, you didn't CNC that shit? What are you talking about? You didn't use a laser to, like, cut that out of a rock? How did you make it? But they did.
Or like a giant rock saw.
Yeah. Or like I'm just a stupid little 21st century boy,
Yeah. Also, Michelangelo was like 26 when he made it.
Okay, that's pretty crazy.
Which is even crazier, honestly.
So maybe I'll lean a little bit towards David, but I don't really know that one is like a better piece of art than the other. But I also don't really know anything about Chief Keef.
But Chief Keef, on the other hand, kind of unites an entire generation, which I'm not sure David does.
No.
And I think that's the other side of the argument, right? Like, all of these people can just come together and appreciate this, like, very much, like, over-glamorized kind of, like, not super realistic song. Like, it compared to Michelangelo's David, like, which strives towards realism, Chief Keef's Love Sosa is on the other end of the spectrum, just trying to be, I don't know, just trying to do the rapper thing, I guess, is the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah.
Like, just feel it, touch yourself up, and feel good about it.
I guess this is more of like a recent realization for me, because I'm not really like a huge rap guy. And I think that's just because I don't know, it's just not music that I don't listen to music for like a deeper sense of like enrichment or because I think it's an art.
Yeah.
I mean, it is an art, but like I don't listen to it because I'm like, oh, this has like this is saying something about, the world we live in, or like this music has like a really important message. I feel like I listen to music because I like instruments.
Yeah. You
and
don't...
I'm not listening to it because of its like greater like value or like statement about like society or anything like that. Which when I was growing up, I was always like, oh, like rap music doesn't have guitar, so I don't like it as much. But now I'm like, no, that's like just as important as like fucking, like the music that I listen to. Like, sure, like you could say that like like, I don't know, like classic rock from like the 60s and whatever was saying stuff about like the political movements at the time, but like so was rap.
Stop the Vietnam War.
Yeah. Which is cool. You know, we can get behind that. That smacks. That's such a good message. But like I think I just never thought about like the value that music has as like a cultural vessel of sorts. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I think even though rap music like isn't my favorite type of music to listen to, I actually think that like culturally or like as a genre of music, it is like one of the better genres of music, even if it's not something that I like totally like.
Because it like brings everyone together in a kind of a different way that other stuff does not.
It talks about stuff that no one fucking talks about. It talks about like issues that actually affect like real people as opposed to just like not that like the Vietnam War didn't affect real people or like rock from the 60s, but like some music today, like pop music, like fucking Justin Bieber, he ain't really doing much.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine as a person, but like his music isn't like.
Well, it is fucked up how he eats that burrito, but yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah,
okay.
For sure.
That joke will bang for like 2 people.
But it's like I don't know. Like when I listen to Justin Bieber's music, I'm not like, man, I feel like part of a greater collective, other than like people who also like Justin Bieber's music, which is, you know,
no one's listening to Justin Bieber's music and going like, damn, that war in Ukraine, huh?
Yeah, like so real. So that's what I mean. I feel like my appreciation for rap has increased a lot more in the past like year, just because I was like, yeah, man, this is like actually like this shit is important. Pitbull, you know, he doesn't really have much going on. But also, like, so what I'm trying to say is I don't know how much of that same like uniting factor is found in Michelangelo's David.
I think that tends to be the main argument, like,
but it is still very much like it is an accomplishment by Michelangelo and like a very impressive like showing of skills and
it's just impressive
talent, I guess. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. And it's also I mean, the counterpoint to what you were saying is like when you're in the same, I think it's in Rome, right? The statue. I don't really fucking remember. But if you're in the place where the statue is, you're like, well, we're going to go see Michelangelo's David.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in Paris and you're like, we're going to the Louvre, you're going to go see the Mona fucking Lisa.
Yeah, you gotta.
You know what I mean? But like the sculpture is something you can only appreciate in real life. So you don't have, like, the average person doesn't have the same opportunity to appreciate it in the way that you could just access Chief Keef's Love Sosa on YouTube.
True.
Right? But, like, I think when the statue was made in olden time, whenever that was, in, like, 1652 or something, I'm sure.
Believe it or not, it was 1501.
Close enough. But, like, I'm sure people came from all around the world to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, because, like, time does not determine the quality of something. And certainly mass appraisal also does not determine the quality of something. I'm not really sure what does. It's more something that comes from your soul.
Yeah.
That being said, I do love Sosa.
Yeah. Well, Zach was getting on my ass about this 2 days ago. Cause I was talking about how I like pop punk. But my exact statement, word for word, no paraphrase, was I think it is objectively a bad genre of music, but I still like it.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, now you're just like making me feel bad. And I was like, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. It just like pop punk's message is like fucking do drugs and get bitches. And it's like, that's chill. Not really like, no, it's just chill, but like greater culture and like trying to make the human experience better. It's like not really like.
As a genre, the music doesn't like do. It doesn't say anything.
Yeah, it doesn't do a lot. And when it does, it's like kind of whiny and annoying. But like, I will acknowledge that I like it because it has nostalgia in my heart, and I grew up listening to it when I was a fucking angsty teenager.
Well,
But I
also
also
because
have
Black Parade is a masterpiece. It's just
thank you. Oh my god, dude.
I mean,
he's gonna watch. He's gonna listen to this in like 3 weeks from now, and he's gonna text me and be like, "Fuck you."
Zach has something against My Chemical Romance, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why he doesn't get it, but
I just think it's so funny. But like, see, like MCR, I would say fucking like Black Parade is like one of those songs that, again, like a bunch of people, I feel like if you were a kid in like our generation and like fucking growing up in 2010s and whatever, like, you know, Black Parade, no matter what.
100%.
Even though sometimes the song is really whiny, especially in the beginning. The beginning is really slow.
Yeah.
But like, oh my God, the breaks in the middle, it's so good.
It's
like,
crazy.
I love that song. But I can also acknowledge that it's like not, you know, it's not the greatest piece of music ever made.
No, it's
So,
whiny, but I also think that's kind of the point.
yeah.
And I mean, it just pop punk in general. I think there's not many bands that do it right, but
No.
MCR is one of the bands that like kind of figured it out.
Yeah, well, it's like I used to listen to a bunch of Blink 182 when I was a kid. But if I
Yeah.
go back and listen to a lot of those songs now, I used to have like 30 songs that I like fucking loved. And now there's like 5
Yeah.
that I really like. It's like if I go back and listen to those 25 other songs, I'm like, this just isn't that good.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not trying to like be like, oh, like, people always get on my ass because they're like, oh, dude, why can't you just fucking stand your ground? And like, you know, if someone like offers a counterpoint to your argument, usually I'm like, yeah, I guess so. But like, I still think what I think. They're like, what do you mean you guess so? Just stand your ground. And it's like, I just said that I still have the same argument, or I still have the same like stance on it. Like I still like pop punk, even though I think that it's not really like, as a genre of music, really doing anything or like objectively making like a difference in the world that is a net positive.
Yeah, but it also
If
doesn't
that
have
makes
to
sense.
do that.
But it doesn't have to do that. I just still enjoy it despite those things. I'm not going to argue and be. It's like, I think if you like something, like, you can just like something because you like it. It can
Yeah.
have flaws, and that's fine. I could go on and be like, Zach likes fucking metal music, and metal music is dog shit. But like, you like it, and that's fine. That's like enough of a. If you listen to something and you're like, I enjoy this, I think that's enough for you to like it. But you can also be like, yeah, you know, like this game that like Call of Duty. Yeah, I like playing Call of Duty. Have they made the same game for the past like 25 years? Yeah, they have. But like, I still enjoy it. I think that's a fine take as long as you acknowledge the flaws and the things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
How do we relate this back to what we were talking about?
just about like the expression of art and whatnot, and David and fucking Chief Keef. They're both artists from 2 different times.
They are both brilliant in their own way.
They are both brilliant in their
If
own
you think
way.
about it. I don't know which side are you picking?
Do I have to pick a side?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Chief Keef.
Okay. That's where I'm at too.
If I had to think of like, don't get me wrong, I've heard way more about David and and fucking Michelangelo as an artist, especially in fucking architecture school, because he also designs buildings and
You might be in the
makes
minority
art that
there,
is-
though. I think more often people know more
yeah.
about Chief Keef.
yes,
Just because he's specifically like an our generation icon.
yeah,
More
Well, and
so
that's what
than
I'm saying.
Michelangelo.
no, like
No
Michael,
offense
it's
to
just
him.
not.
I'm sure
The
he's a nice
context that
guy or
he-
whatever. Unless he,
probably not.
was woke. But
I feel like he probably, for the time, maybe he was a good dude. Who knows?
who knows? Maybe
but
he
that's what
owned
I mean.
slaves. We'll never know.
Like, things just change so much over time. And this statue was made 600 years ago. So it's not that it has any like less value now because we live 600 years in the future. But I feel like people really don't like letting go of certain things.
Yeah.
And I don't. That doesn't necessarily apply here. Like Michelangelo still made a crazy piece of art that should be and will be, I'm sure, looked at for like generations to come. But also Chief Keef is kind of sick,
I just
and
don't
also
think,
did the same thing.
I don't think it's less obvious to me where like artist intent comes through in a statue. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like people will just look at it and go, "Oh, it has big muscle, small cock." Yes. But with Chief Keef, it's like you knew what he was trying to do, and you can like empathize with that to some degree.
Yeah.
But also just like generally as a baseline, I don't think Michelangelo has much to say. And
No.
Chief Keef doesn't either, but he has a little bit.
Michelangelo was commissioned to make David for a cathedral.
Yeah, because it's like all work as an artist back in that day.
Right.
It was always just done by the church that had a lot of money, yeah.
Well, and so nowadays, it's like I feel like the church is in less favorable standings. Not totally not favorable, but I feel like religion as a whole, we are stepping away from as a culture, maybe. It is becoming less important in, I would say, the average person's
I think so.
Day-to-day life. Not to say that if you are religious, that's bad, or if you aren't, that's bad. But it's just like I feel like a lot of people are changing how they think about the world.
We're shifting the paradigm.
Yeah. Which is not bad or good. It's just different.
And I think that just comes from, honestly, it's like the internet, to be honest. It's just having more access to information. Whereas before, you could live in like a village of like 12 people, and it's like your grandma who knows everything about God.
Right. And she tells you, and you're like, well, no one's ever told me anything else.
Your grandma is just like, the birds were, not real. That's an internet thing. No.
Yeah, damn it.
But, she would be like, deer are actually signs of Jesus Christ's love to you now.
Right. And if you lived in Ohio and you were driving on the I-75, you'd be like, damn, God must really love me.
God shows his love in deer and broken tires on the side of the berm.
Right. And grass.
Lots of grass.
So if you ever see any grass, remember that God loves you. And you'd be like, oh, damn, there's grass everywhere. I guess he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so not saying that those things like still don't have value, because again, they're just like different ways of explaining the world. But I think people have also come up with a lot of different explanations for things in their environments, less so in a religious way.
Yeah, and Chief Keef does it so effortlessly.
He does.
He just runs that shit. He says, I make a lot of money, and therefore I am better than you. Which is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day. I mean, I'll never have 50 Cent on a song of mine.
Don't
Mostly
say never.
Because I wouldn't want him, but, you know.
Hey, if we ever make a song and it slaps, now we got to reach out to 50 Cent.
Well, we'll reach out to him for the remix.
Right.
You know?
How old is 50 Cent?
Wouldn't it be so funny if he was 50?
He's got 2 more years.
He's 48? That's kind of crazy.
He's 48. Okay, so as long as how old do we think 50 Cent will be when he dies?
50.
All right, we got 2 years. We got to get on this now.
Yeah. We could just, actually, go on Fiverr. We could pay someone $10 to make a beat.
I think we could make a beat.
But I don't want to.
Okay. We'll get someone on Fiverr to make us a beat.
I think it's funnier if we get the hardest Fiverr beat anyone has ever heard, and then we get 50 Cent on it.
That would go kind of hard.
Or more likely is that our beat shows up, like we do a music video, and then that shows up on Kanye's recommended feed, and he emails us.
Right.
And he says, hi, this is Ye.
He would address his email like that. Right. That's
I
what
would
he
love
say.
to fly you out to Calabasas. Let's make some shit happen. And then we get the worst Kanye verse of all time.
Yeah, I don't really know if I want to collab with Kanye.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't, but that's just me.
I think I'm in the same boat.
I don't know. I wonder what he's up to these days. Or I guess I don't.
He's probably making
wonder.
like shoes or some shit. What is he doing?
Well, he's in the middle of a lawsuit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. He's
for
doing
him.
some sexual harassment kind of stuff.
Okay, so that's not actually cool.
The texts are so funny.
I feel like every time I've seen one of the like celebrity scandals of like sexual assault, it's like I don't know how to word it other than they have the worst game I've ever seen in my whole
Yeah,
life.
yeah. Some of the Kanye texts were like, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember word for word, but Kanye would be like, I want to beat your pussy so hard. And he's like, I want to fuck so bad. I'm fucking stupid. Also, I'm a genius. I'm Kanye.
I'm yay, man. Don't you want to have sex with me?
I want to have sex with you. One of the things was like, I want to have sex with you, and then I want to have sex with your mom to show appreciation.
For you.
For you.
You know, maybe he's kind of onto something with that one.
You know? It's so funny, though.
It is actually great. Or like the fucking, who was it?
What's the one where the guy is like, I think it was Jeff Bezos, where he was like, I want you.
And that was it.
And that was it. No, he was like, I want your whole world, girl. You are my world, girl, or something like that. I don't remember.
Man, everyone's just like a guy, aren't they?
Yeah.
We're all just normal people, and some people get lucky and happen to be Jeff Bezos. Because, like, that's some shit that, like, one of your friends would say who doesn't know how to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
I want you to be my world, girl. But, like, imagine it's Jeff Bezos.
But it's Jeff Bezos.
Instead of, like, your 21-year-old
And it's in his
friend.
voice. Ugh. I can't imagine Jeff Bezos, like, moaning.
No, yeah, me either. Even if I really wanted to, which I don't.
I can imagine his laugh because it shows up in my nightmares.
I actually don't know what he sounds like.
You don't want to.
Okay. I think I'm going to live my life the same way I have been then.
I would encourage you not to know, but have you seen those TikToks where it's like someone is like taking a video on their iPhone and they're like the subtext is like, I'm schizophrenic and I'm using my phone to see if there's a person in front of me. And it's just them taking a video and they're just talking to like the floor. And they're just like, if you're real, say something right now. Are you there? And it's just a video of the floor. I think that shit's the funniest thing ever to me right now.
It's pretty damn good.
Like, we also have no way of knowing if those videos are real or not. You know
or
what
made
I mean?
up, yeah.
Yeah.
It could actually just be like a poor person with schizophrenia talking to the floor.
But it's almost funnier if there's just it's just a normal ass guy and this is what he's doing to get views, you know?
I think both situations are equally valuable.
Yeah.
No matter what.
It's just like, it's also the oddest thing to post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, people will do fucking anything for clicks nowadays. It's crazy.
It's not even, I think there are people who are doing it genuinely, right? But I don't think those people were, I don't know what compelled them to say, the rest of the internet needs to see this.
Right. And they'll know also. They'll be able to tell me if there's a person in this video.
There's just a weird culture on TikTok of people feeling like they need to explain things. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like John Green is part of this. Like he'll make a video and he'll be like, I just read the entire Wikipedia page about telescopes in the year 1640. And then he'll make a video about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there are, some people will be like, here's what my day in the life of being a traffic guard is like, and stuff like that. Like people just feel the need to explain stuff.
Yeah, which is interesting.
I don't know what it is about TikTok that like brings that out, but like the same thing doesn't happen on YouTube.
No. Well, I think it's just more of like, oh, this is like short form content, but like maybe I'm trying to feel slightly less brain rot-esque. So I will watch this like informative video. I feel like in John Green's case is literally just like, oh, like,
well, that's different because he's like a science, he's an educator.
Yeah.
But like
he's
with
a big history guy.
Crash course and stuff, right? Like his whole goal was to like make this like a free education thing for anybody to access. I just used him as an example of like, he's someone I think that like is like one of the heads of that movement, if you want to call it that, I guess.
Sure. I feel like honestly, and the reason that those videos get so many views is it's like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't really know anyone that is like a fucking
Traffic guard.
So like, yeah, you know what? I do want to see what their day's like because I have no idea. Because at the end of the day, like we are still people, and I love fucking learning new shit. I'll watch a 60-second video about what a traffic controller's life is like.
It's like it's like an episode of How It's Made, but in
Vine, but like
time.
segmented for my small little attention span.
Yeah,
which is cool. So thank you, small attention span.
Do you think they should bring back Vine?
No.
Why?
I think it would be even worse for us now than TikTok is.
Yeah. Do you think the 6 seconds would work? Like, is that enough time for people to be like to me, that isn't enough time to make a compelling enough video for people to care to watch it. But clearly that's not true because it happened before already.
Right. I feel like it can only be jokes. Like, and they have to be like,
well,
it's got to be like
it's
like
the
set
lowest,
up, punchline, conclusion, done. Like, that's it.
It's the lowest branch of comedy. Like, it's just going back to like Logan Paul, like, you know, there's woman with big tits, and he's like, "Damn, girl," and then like he gets hit in the head with a frying pan or something. Like,
and that's the whole
video. It's like, who would watch that?
12-year-olds probably.
And
there are a lot of 12-year-olds who just got up. Like, that's another thing. I feel like the age demographic of like when all like our generation was like super young and like just got our phones.
Yeah.
Like Vine is like an us thing.
Yeah.
And like all the people who were popular on Vine are popular now, but they're also partially popular because they got their start on Vine and like their whole audience like moved with them.
Yeah.
And those who didn't, you know, are no longer successful and do social media. Oh, sorry. Or like Drew Gooden or like fucking who's the other guy?
Danny Gonzalez.
Thank you. Danny Gonzalez, Curtis Connor, like they were all really popular on Vine, but they've like sort of changed their content to be with the times.
I mean, they switched up big time.
Yeah.
Right. They went from, you know, road don't work here ahead.
That video's a classic.
I forget it. It's a classic, but I don't know the words.
Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Thank you.
It's a classic.
They went from that to like buying stupid shit on Amazon and then talking about it.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting. It's interesting to me that those people, like the people who were fans of them back then are still fans of them today is a crazy thing to me.
Yeah, because that's like two totally different forms of content.
Yeah. Or like how Jarvis Johnson used to make tech videos. Because he was like a software developer.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah, he worked at Google and Patreon. And now
That's
he
crazy.
like he's a Pokemon nerd. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
I don't know. I feel like those two things are both like in my wheelhouse of things that I like.
No, but the just in the content sense.
Yeah.
Like making videos about you know, whatever pop culture thing is not even remotely comparable to being like, here are the top 5 coding languages to learn in 2018, right?
Yeah,
like,
the top 10 coding languages that you can teach to your dog.
Surprise, it's always Python. That's always the fucking answer to these dumbass videos.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I feel like, again, it's just like all these things come from like curiosity. And in some cases, like if you like a particular creator, there are some people I feel like who will just follow that person for who they are.
Yeah.
As opposed to like what content they make, which is why Danny Gonzalez and Drew Gooden and all those guys still have like a pretty substantial amount of fans.
I'm just saying it's crazy that the 6-second videos were long enough to capture people in that way to make them stick around for like whatever bullshit thing that they're doing now.
Yeah.
I should rephrase. I don't think the stuff that they're doing is bullshit, but
yeah, it's just like whatever stuff they're doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if this makes you feel any better, I didn't know. Like, I watch Drew Gooden's videos every once in a while because I just think every once in a while he makes a good YouTube video.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was the road work ahead sign guy.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I didn't know actually until like 2 weeks ago, which is crazy.
Wait, that's wild.
Zach told me, and I was like, "What? It is?" And he was like, "Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?" He is a man of the culture. He knows what's up. But it's just like, I feel like, but again, that's just in my case. Like, I guess those two things are like two very different forms of content. And I just so happen to think both of them are like pretty good.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily relate to each other.
No, not even.
So I don't know, maybe
remotely.
they're just good at maybe they're just people who are good at seeing what people want to watch. I don't know. Whether that be 6-second videos on Vine or 20-minute long-term or long-form content on YouTube with 8 ads in the middle.
Yeah. And a sponsorship in the video.
Right.
From Surfshark.
Thank you, NordVPN.
Fuck NordVPN. And I'll say that.
I don't know anything about NordVPN.
I don't like the VPN companies because they lie to you. Not that that's like a new thing that companies started doing, but like...
What do you mean they lie to you?
Well, they say having a VPN makes your journey on the internet safer, when it's not really true at all.
No, I feel like you can only use it to like watch stuff on Netflix that isn't available in your region.
The analogy is like, if you are just browsing on the internet normally, it's like locking your front door. Your front door is always locked, and then the VPN is saying, well, the only way to actually be safe is to put another lock on there, which is us. And it's like having 2 locks on the door doesn't do anything. If someone wanted to get in, they would still do it.
Yeah,
they would just kick the door down. Yeah. It doesn't change anything. And masking your IP address doesn't mean you're safer. Your IP address is just in a different spot on the internet.
Yeah, they'd be like, huh, that's weird. I thought this IP address was located in the United States, and it says that it's in the Netherlands. Anyway, time to steal all your passwords.
If anything, it makes it more... Like, using a VPN makes you more exposed because, like, their servers aren't known. So you could just go look at them and be like, oh, look, here are all the people using a VPN right now. That's cool. That's interesting information that I can use now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of thing. Not that they're, like, not useful for watching, like, the UK Office if you're a fucking loser like that, but, you know.
What, dude? Okay, so I've never watched it, so maybe it sucks. But Ricky Gervais is funny as fuck.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I've never been compelled to need to watch Netflix in another country.
I will say Netflix's anime offerings in Japan are really good.
Sure.
So if you have Netflix in the States and you don't want to pay for Crunchyroll, then again, you would just have to pay for a VPN. So you might as well just pay for Crunchyroll.
So you might as well just...
Damn it.
You don't need a layer of abstraction for no reason, dude.
I can't think of a reason, actually.
Doesn't make any sense.
Unless it's, like, significantly cheaper.
Also, if you're going through enough effort to get a VPN anyway, you might as well just pirate this shit to begin with, but... That's just my thinking, man.
Yeah.
So don't use a VPN sometimes.
All right. Well, now if we ever hit it big, we're never going to get a sponsorship from Shark Surf.
That's fine. I wouldn't feel comfortable taking them as a sponsor anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I'm not a plug.
I mean, I am, given the right circumstances.
I am to an extent.
Yeah.
How about that?
You know,
it's gotta feel right with my morals and in my bones.
Not that it like matters, but you know. What can I say? I'm an ethical guy. I like
ethics.
Play-Doh. I don't know.
I like eating Play-Doh and also
I read his
Plato,
book.
the philosopher.
Or I guess it wasn't a book back then. It was more of a scroll.
Right. They translated it into a book.
Yeah. And other languages also.
Yeah.
Books
were
how
was it?
Crazy, huh? Like first guy to make a book.
Yeah, probably crazy. Think about how much paper you would save. Or I guess maybe it's not the paper you would save because you would still have to write everything out.
But it's like the ease
space.
The ease of usability, I suppose.
Like this shit is so much easier than like a giant scroll.
Then like
yeah.
You just keep unraveling it, yeah.
Or you just do the thing like with your bed sheets where you like hit them with one of these and then the whole thing rolls out and then you have to walk along the scroll.
Or you're at the top of like a large staircase and you accidentally drop it and it goes down all this. Yeah.
Think about it. You drop your book, it falls down maybe 1 or 2 stairs. You go pick it up. You drop
Whatever,
your
who
scroll,
cares?
your day's fucking ruined. You had plans. You were late to your meeting. You had to present the scroll to the fucking high priestess. You're screwed.
You have to call an Uber to get the other end of the scroll back, dude.
Right. And then some guy's going to pick it up on his horse. And he's going to bring it up to you, but you're still going to have to roll the whole thing up. So you're fucked either way.
Or maybe you pay for like the Uber chariot so it gets there a little bit faster. You get 2 horsepower instead of 1.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about that. You know, I didn't realize I ordered an Uber for the first time in my life recently.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. Well, it was totally fine. I gave them 5 stars. They didn't use a turn signal at all. But I was like, damn, this shit's expensive, man.
It's so fucking expensive.
It's kind of crazy. I find it insane that like
Lyft is like a little bit better, but not by a lot.
Yeah, I've never. Here's the thing about Lyft is that I could never imagine there being a universe where there is no Uber available, but there is a Lyft available. Which is why I don't use Lyft.
I guess that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like Lyft is just the Bing of
of transportation.
ride share apps, I guess.
Are there any other ones? There's Lyft, Uber. That's it, right?
Yeah. I mean, those are the only ones I would use.
Yeah. See, but I use Bing, but also I don't use it by choice. So,
well, you
never
do,
mind.
Kind of.
No, I use Mozilla and I have Google set up on every other device that I own other than this PC. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's interesting is all.
I should probably just download Firefox again.
You should probably just do that.
Yep, and okay, cool, I'm done.
Okay. Wow, that was so hard.
Yeah, I know. It was a difficult task. I literally, because my computer at work, they were like, yeah, you can kind of download like whatever the fuck you want. We don't really care. Just don't download like malware. And I was like, okay, I'm not like an idiot.
That's
so
a security issue
you.
waiting to happen.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Well, I don't know. I feel like everyone employed at our architecture firm is like pretty competent, but also that means that I immediately downloaded Wallpaper Engine and immediately switched my browser from Chrome to Firefox. So it's been fun. And now my browser's all fun.
Maybe I deserve to be killed for this, and that's fine. But I think, as an IT professional myself, I don't think employees should be allowed to download Wallpaper Engine. But maybe that's just me.
I don't disagree with you, but they let me, so I did.
Okay. That's crazy to me, because like my ass can't like open the task manager on my work computer.
You can't?
No, that's an administrative tool, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm a system admin on my computer.
Yeah, that's fucked up and wrong.
It's actually even more fucked up because I'm a fucking intern. I will be there for like 3 months.
Yeah. I mean, just in general, I mean, we don't got to get into nerd shit, but if you're a security professional out there and you have not implemented, you know, the least privilege, I forget, there's a word for it, but you should implement least privilege for your users on a network to make sure that they don't get into anything that they don't need to be getting into. You should give them the least amount of tools available that they need to do their job. Just in general, it's a good security principle to have. But
yeah, I think they were just like, yeah, if you want to install like Spotify and listen to music and stuff while you work, we don't really care. And I was
yeah,
like, okay,
that's fine. But like also, you know, just do it on your phone, asshole.
Yeah, I still do, only because my AirPods are way more comfortable than my...
Dude, I hate the AirPods because every time I want to connect them to my laptop, I have to like unadd them from my phone. And then when I want them to connect back to my phone, I have to add them again.
It sucks just because we have Windows laptops, because if you have a Mac, it's fine.
Yeah.
But also, I don't fucking want a Mac.
Also, I feel like Apple could just make software that does this. Easier.
They could, yeah.
But whatever, that's a conversation for another time.
No?
You ever just Google like cool shoes?
Yes.
Someone was making me fun of me for this the other day.
Really? I feel like we've had this conversation before.
I think so too.
Not that someone was making fun of you, but like, yeah, I look up cool shit.
Yeah.
Or who's making fun of you?
Sometimes we don't. I'm not gonna name them because they're never gonna listen to this. They couldn't handle the smoke. That's all I'll say. But I was like, man, just let me look up cool table and shit. Sometimes I want to be turned on to stuff.
My recent obsession is, I guess not recent, I haven't done it in a little while, but obsession of this past year is just fucking looking at cool shit on Pinterest. Pinterest is awesome.
See, I'll never go that far, but
oh, really?
Pinterest to me is like Facebook levels of toxic.
Really?
I think so. No?
Why do you think so?
I don't know. It just feels wrong. Like I don't know. The Facebook posts and Pinterest posts have a similar energy or an aura to them. That's like bad and weird and old.
I kind of really like Pinterest. I feel like especially for like design shit
or
like artists' work and stuff like that. I like Pinterest for that.
Yeah, what are you, like a girl?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Girls
I mean,
so cool.
I don't understand why you would use Pinterest instead of just like looking it up.
Because I feel like Pinterest
Reddit.
has, or Reddit. I go on Reddit a lot and browse cool shit. I don't know. Pinterest has like a lot more. It's just easier to find cool shit.
That's fair.
If that makes sense.
But I think Reddit gives you better, if you want something specific, Reddit gives you better results though. Yes. Whereas Pinterest, like you'll look up house decorations and you'll get signs that say live, love, laugh, wine.
I guess that's fair. I think Pinterest for me, it's more of like I go there because I don't really know what I want to find. It's like I'm going to look up cool table, but I don't really know how cool I want it to be or like why the table is cool. Is it cool because it's made out of wood and it has like one of those like resin like crack channels in the middle that like looks like an ocean?
Yeah.
Or is it cool because it's made out of like fucking industrial like ship parts? Why is it cool? And Pinterest will show me both of those tables if I look up cool table.
Sure.
And then I can filter from there. But like Reddit, if I look up
Whereas
cool
Reddit,
table,
there will be like 2 subreddits of like, it'll be like r/resin ocean crack tables, and then it'll be r/industrial ship part tables.
Right, and like I don't know which one of those what if I want to look at
both of them have
only
over
look at one at the same time.
100,000 members.
Yes.
8,000 of them are online right now, and there's currently a big debate over what type of metal alloy to use for your table. Some people are saying it's nickel. Other people are saying, I don't know, the manganese goes kind of crazy, though.
The manganese.
You know?
Yeah.
You really got to think about it. The price differentials aren't that crazy, but you got to think about the longevity of your table, okay? Is your table...
You do, yeah.
Is it going in kind of a space where it's going to be exposed to a lot of different elements, like air? Is there going to be a lot of air? Is this kind of in, you know...
Where is
it an
not
open
be
setting,
air?
Or I'm saying like is it next to an air conditioning, or is it in a basement, or is it like in a garage where the door is going to be open? Okay,
is it in a vacuum chamber? You never know.
You have to think about what cleaning supplies you're going to use to clean this stuff, because God forbid you use fucking Windex on the metal alloy table, dude.
That is
it'll
true.
Just ruin it and scratch it. People don't realize, bro.
It will.
And then once you get down, is like, fucking... I accidentally used Windex on my fucking...
And then everyone in the comments is like, you're a fucking idiot. You deserve everything that happens to you.
And a moderator is like, the post is locked. You broke the rules.
Yeah, that is kind of what Reddit's like. And see, so that's why I like Pinterest, because, you know, there's like maybe one comment on every post.
Yeah, and it's always like some, you know, like it's someone with a trucker profile picture, like downward angle. They're wearing... like a hat that says Yellowstone.
They take it from like this angle.
Yeah, and they just put nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Love this.
I bought this for my daughter and she loved it.
See, those ones are cute. I like those comments. I don't really know why people feel the need to share.
But that's where I get the Facebook energy from.
Yes.
It's like I don't need to know this.
Yes. I will agree. We already talked about this, but I will agree with this 100%. I don't think that half the people on Facebook are real.
No, it's the dead internet theory.
Yeah.
Where everyone is just a bot.
No one fucking comments on posts of AI generated Jesus Christ made out of shrimp and goes, "Thank you for your blessings." Nobody does that. You go, why is he made of shrimp?
You know, the past week I've been saying many blessings a lot. Like
to real people?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I would we would just be, you know, I'm like headed in for bed or something. Like I'm going into the hotel after a long day of work, and I'm like, many blessings, guys, many blessings. I think it could be the move, man.
You know what? I think that you do that for the same reason that I lied to the woman in the Nintendo store about being English.
No, it's so different. It's so different.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Nope. It's the same thing.
Because I'm not lying.
That's fine. You're not religious. What do you mean you're not lying?
Is it wrong for me to wish people blessings? Can I not?
No.
Can I not have
just
hope
be like
upon supernatural world effects?
You can. Never mind.
You're
man.
just
you know,
lying
whatever.
for your thing is a bit, and mine's not a bit. I genuinely
I
wish
that's
well
fair.
blessings on people.
I feel like I would just tell them to like have a good night.
I want the
then, or
best for
something.
everyone. It's just a different way of saying that.
I guess that's true.
You just lied to a person out of cold blood.
Yeah, because it was really funny.
But it really wasn't, though.
I'm not sure, man. Okay, I couldn't tell you why I did it.
I don't know. That's why I'm still trying to figure out.
I didn't.
man.
I wasn't asking you for an answer. I'm just saying. It's a bit. I feel like I would only say many blessings to people as a bit because I'm not super religious.
Well, now
and
it's
so
a
I would
bit because
feel-
we've said it on the podcast, and everything on the podcast is a bit. But
That is true. Well, I would just feel disingenuous, being like, "Oh, you know, my hopes and prayers go to you," because like I don't fucking pray, so.
but
I'm
you
just
do
lying.
wish people well.
Yeah, but I would just say like, "Oh, like you know,
Like have a
nice day," or,
good
like,
night or have a nice day is the same thing.
I guess
It's just
so.
different words to convey that.
Yeah.
Like if there was a foreign exchange student from China who spoke not much English at all and they wished you many blessings, you wouldn't think anything of it.
That is true.
You know?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm being a hater. Dude, I'm in my fucking hater arc right now, and I don't know why.
It's also those you ever seen those like Instagram videos where it's like it'll be like a golden baby in a tunic with like coins raining down?
Yes.
And those always say like many blessings in, you know, like Hindu or something. I don't know.
I would say many blessings if I saw that.
Yeah. See,
is
that's
a
what I'm saying.
video-
That's no different than the Jesus carrying shrimp.
Yeah.
This is what goes back to last episode where I was saying I don't think we're any different.
I get yeah, I guess maybe you're right. It just doesn't I feel like it doesn't sit with me that if you comment that on a post that you're like joking. Like I would say many blessings to the golden baby because I think it's funny.
Oh, I would do it because I would be like, this is a sign for me to like thank the universe.
I guess maybe. But the baby is like a personification of Buddha. He's not made out of shrimp.
I guess so, but the baby isn't gold in real life. The Buddha didn't come out the pussy wrapped in silver.
No.
And frankincense.
Yeah. He lacked myrrh as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that like makes sense in like the depiction of how Buddha is. Like there are so many golden statues of Buddha across the world. You know how many statues there are of Jesus made of shrimp? None.
Well,
there's zero.
I don't know. There might be one on Pinterest now.
Let's make the first one.
I'm sure there's a t-shirt with shrimp Jesus on it.
Oh, 100%.
On like Teespring or something. Have you seen that tweet where it's like the guy mocking all of the streaming services names? Like a new show will come out on like some streaming on like, you know, fucking whatever, Paramount Plus or something. And then the guy quote retweeted it and he's like, yeah, you can watch it on Tebow. It's on Grippy now. It's now streaming on Poob or something like that.
That is funny. I have not seen that, but that's fucking awesome.
It's true, man. All the names are fucking stupid.
There are way too many streaming services.
Yeah, man. Or there aren't enough letters and sounds in the alphabet to make good names anymore. All the good names have kind of been taken.
Yeah, we're running out.
You know? Every good name is like a sentence long now.
Yeah, that's why Verbo exists.
Yeah. They just take out the fucking vowels.
Yeah, and there it is. I mean, we did that. So
like the only good name for an anime that has come out recently is the one where it's like, I met my slime girlfriend in a dungeon and we're chill now.
Dude, I need to send you this video on Instagram. It's so awesome. I feel, actually, I'm gonna cite an anime right now because it showed up on my Crunchyroll the other day. I have not watched it, but I really want to just because I think it's fucking funny.
Okay.
This show is called The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague. Like, it's just, I feel like maybe in Japanese it like makes more sense whatever it's called. And maybe it's a little bit shorter, but like, what? Like, we're running out of ideas. The good ones are just now few and far between. Like, what? Why?
Somehow they turned Shark Boy and Lava Girl into the most least interesting thing possible.
Yeah, they did. But it was like, this guy was just like, he was like, here's me scrolling through the Crunchyroll, like, fucking, like, recommended shows of the month. And he's just like making up titles, but he was like, how I used my powers as a real estate agent to reform like Middle Earth or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, see, that sounds stupid and silly, but I could see that being
That'd be
an
a
anime.
sick-ass show.
It'd be so fire. How I use my powers as the devil's right-hand man to go back to college and study real estate to reform the financial crisis of Middle Earth. I mean, it's just, I would watch
Middle
that in a
Earth
second.
being a lot of crises recently, huh?
Especially in need of a real estate agent.
Yeah. The people of Middle Earth, they keep saying, we need more firefighters. We need more,
And they're like, yeah.
We need tax accountants.
Right.
We need people who specialize in water waste management.
But instead they get us. They get just regular waste management.
They get us. And we transform into slime girls.
Right.
And
After
we
we
start
were reincarnated
fucking some
as
shit
a
up.
slime.
Yeah. And we have swords. But neither of us have a high enough strength stat to carry the moon blade yet.
No.
But
keep
we'll get
working on
there.
it.
That'll be like
we will.
That'll be the penultimate episode.
It'll take time.
The name of that episode will be, finally, at long last, the moon blade.
When we retire, that'll have to be it.
Or it's like, sometimes they do the episodes where there's like a slash, there's like two titles. They couldn't just like figure one out, I guess.
Right.
So then it's like slash the Sisters of Infinity or something like that.
Slash, we are handing the podcast off to the Sisters of Infinity.
The episode ends with like a cliffhanger on fighting God or, something like that.
Defeating him with the moon.
There's something there. Hey, Larry David, if you ever want to come back and like, write another amazing TV show, hit us up.
Yeah, I think we've got some things cooking that might be pretty good.
We've got some just fantastic material that we would love to have your touch on.
I can't wait to craft the moon blade with you.
I
It's
think
going to be pretty sweet.
He might be 90 years old, but I think he's still got it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that doesn't fade with time.
Him and Steve-O.
Right. And we got to have Jim Carrey on at some point too. He's really been dodging us these past couple of years.
Yeah, we should make Steve-O president. The late entry into the presidential 2024
Honestly, I don't
race.
even think that he would be the worst pick.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
He might be our best pick.
He might be.
So
I just want someone who isn't fucking 80 years old. I feel like that's not too much to ask.
I don't want Mark Cuban, man.
Okay, yeah. So there are like a couple more requirements than not being 80, but like
he's been
that's
dropping.
a baseline.
Mark Cuban has been dropping some some subliminal hints. He's been making like mysterious tweets, and he's like talked about it in the past. He's like, maybe one day I'll run for president. I don't want that guy up there on the world stage, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I do either.
No offense. I think if you were in a TV show, you cannot be president. I think that's a good rule.
Well, we already broke that rule.
No, I'm saying that's why we're making the rule now.
Okay.
Because we know how fucked up and weird it is.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Like the first guy was Reagan.
Yeah.
The first TV president was Reagan, and he fucked that shit
true.
up bad, dude.
He fucked it up really bad.
You know? We can't do another one of those. We've had enough of that. We need more like people who are gardeners to be president.
Yeah.
Or like,
hey, LeBron James has never. Well, he's been in Space Jam. Well, he's
toilet cleaners.
We need like a plumber to be the president.
We need a plumber president. I was just imagining someone like at the McDonald's who they just clean the toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I think that's fine.
Not necessarily a plumber, but like a part-time plumber, I guess.
Yeah.
We need more.
We need more people who get it to be the president.
I'm just trying to think. What's the funniest job you could have that you would also run for president for? Skydive instructor.
No, that's badass.
Rabbit breeder.
I think rabbit breeder is pretty. Yeah, like some sort of. No, that's like I don't know if I'd want like a rabbit breeder as my president.
I don't think so either. I think it's
But
funny,
he just said funniest. Yeah.
Lumberjack.
I think maybe like someone
Maybe
who
that's too realistic.
owns someone who like owns a skyzone.
Yeah.
But not like in like a franchise. They're just like a manager.
Is Skyzone still kicking it? Are they still doing stuff?
I fucking hope so.
I feel like Skyzone is ripe for being
price.
shut down. You know what I mean? Like there's diseases in that place.
Oh yeah, but think about it. They could single-handedly prevent another pandemic by making all of our immune systems stronger.
No, I'm saying
No?
I think they produce a lot of
pathogens.
yeah. They
Yeah, I
produce
guess
a
they
lot
do.
of dangerous amoeba in that.
Well, it's not
building.
that they produce them; it's that they bring together a collection of people who, when united, produce really bad pathogens.
So
By
they
that I
make,
mean
they make the
children.
They're just the chef of bringing people bacteria together.
I guess so. Yeah.
What is Skyzone but not a chef of disease?
Isn't that beautiful?
Isn't that gorgeous?
Holy shit, dude! There are so many sky zones.
You know what's the other place that instead of doing like they do trampolines also, but their other focus is zip lines.
Zipcity. Had it on the tip of my tongue.
Shout out Zipcity. I've never been to one, but I would imagine it's not different. I would also imagine they're like owned by the same guy.
They probably are, and
Yeah.
that guy needs to run for president.
That guy would be the greatest president to ever do it, probably. Can you imagine? It's just Trump. He already owns them.
the top comment on Zipsit, at least the closest one to us, it is 1 star, and it says, "It would be the most fun experience of my whole life if the place was clean."
That's tough.
That's
I feel
awesome.
bad for the Zip City employees.
Yeah, that's got to be an awful job. How do you
Also,
even
how
clean
could that place be not clean? It's not like It's not like Zip City invites you to be dirty or like litter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand how it could be difficult to keep clean. I guess
it's
is
just
what
the
I'm
germs,
saying.
man.
Like you just wipe shit down and sweep. I can't imagine there's much. It's not like the back of a McDonald's, right?
Right.
You're
Where
not
they're,
dealing with
actually-
like tubs of grease and master belch.
He works a part-time job.
He has a lot of gigs these days. Yeah.
He has to in this economy. Oh man.
Oh my god! If he's trying to pay $5,000 for rent in NYC, he
For
actually
his
works at 4 different McDonald's,
Yeah.
different ones on different days.
I'm so tired. Oh, I need
I
to
don't
get a
know.
grip. I need to lock in.
You need to get a grip like J. Cole.
Yeah.
So
Or like Chief Keef.
To circle back to the or I guess we're circling back from a couple of episodes ago, but the Drake Kendrick beef, obviously. I don't want to talk about that, but
we can talk about it next episode.
So Kendrick has a concert that's happening I think next week or the week after. Which is, he hasn't said anything outside of that beef, but J. Cole and Drake have both featured on songs since the beef has kind of calmed down. And they are collectively both of their worst verses maybe ever. Which
Kendrick
is really
and
funny.
Drake, or Drake and
Drake and J. Cole. Because Kendrick hasn't said anything yet, outside of announcing that he has a concert in LA. But J. Cole was on a song called Grippy with Cash Cobain, which is someone I didn't know existed until this song came out.
Until this song.
And J. Cole, the whole point of the song is J. Cole basically just calling someone's pussy grippy, which is just, it's as bad as you could imagine it to be.
Yeah.
But the more interesting one...
That's like a yay line.
The more interesting one is Drake featured on a remix of Hey There Delilah.
No fucking way.
Called Wagwan Delilah.
Okay.
It's really bad. It's so bad that most people thought it was AI, and then it was confirmed to be Drake, and people were like, oh no.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's very bad. It's very, very bad.
Hey, well.
And the auto-tune might be one of the worst I've ever heard. Next to that one song by what's that one fucking song? It's like Champagne, or no, it's Pop Champagne. I forget who it's by, but that song has like some of the worst auto-tune ever. Next to Drake's remix of Hey There Delilah.
I can't believe that's real. I'm gonna listen to that after we're done.
Yeah, it's bad.
No, I'm sure it's really good.
But the tweets about those songs have just been funny because people are like, "Oh, Kendrick made them disabled." Like,
oh, that's so fucking funny.
I hate to end the episode on that note.
That's tough. Yeah, that was just really bad.
All right, bye.
See ya.